Hi guys, so this is the login page that we are gonna design. So this video is mainly focused on to demonstrate how powerful HTML and CSS is, because this is made from HTML and CSS and not other any external plugins and frameworks, things like that. Uh, Additionally, the backend isn't done; it is only the front end in this video. So yeah, let's get started. So I will first of all copy the code of the colors and the design things. Okay, I've already created a login page that is HTML. I'm gonna go create a CSS folder and style.css inside it. So the very basic thing is, so first of all I will log in. I will get into the login page and create a boilerplate, and I will change the title to login page, link CSS. It'll be inside CSS folder. Yeah, here we have. Now CSS is linked. I'll just go inside and do the basic things. I will select for everything and margin 0, padding to 0, because initially there is some margin and padding in the body of HTML. So yeah, yeah. So here is gonna be our result outcome, and here we are gonna go. So margin padding 0, box sizing to border box. Yeah, so these are the basic stuffs. Now what we want is probably, yeah. So I will get into the design and copy this code. I'll get into the CSS and for the body I will give background color this color, and then I'll have okay, we will do that later on. So what now we will be doing is okay, let me just figure out the display, right? So for this we have to observe the structure, like how the things are made. So first of all there is gonna be a single column, and inside it one row, another row, and inside it there gonna be two rows, and same for this. So we are taking this thing as a whole and then repeating these things, and this is gonna be the other entity, and this the button. So yeah, that's it. Let's code it. So first of all, let us just see what the changes has been. Okay, so we have this. For better view, I will get into the mobile one because that's what we are building for. If I go and check the resolution, 414 820. So it's 414, 820. Uh, let's go to responsive 414, 820. Right. Here we have 820. Right. Or probably we'll just take something like that because there is some issue that I am not able to figure it out right now. So yeah, we'll go with that. And looking at the UI prototype, we have this column that we don't have to worry about right now. Now let's create this padding. Right. So what we'll do is we'll create a component which is gonna fill up this the full body, and then inside it we are gonna have a padding less in the horizontal direction and a bit more in the vertical, so that it can replicate this design. Yeah, so we'll go, let's just increase just a little. Yep. Getting into the HTML, I'll call it login container, and inside that we're gonna have a login button, small login button, and some text and things like that. Okay, let's go with the small button. For that, I'll just simply go with the input, and the class will be small button. Sorry, it's not input, but rather button. It's gonna be button, uh, which is gonna have a class of uh, small small button and login inside. So that's done, the HTML part, and we'll go with this. What is this? So we'll create a flex box that is gonna have its flex direction column, so that it can make structure like this. Yeah, so we're gonna have a container having the property flex box. So it's gonna be I don't know. Let's say probably what will be the better name? Landing text. Yeah, this shall be good. And inside it, we are gonna have a large text and small text. So headline, heading, and subtitle. So that should be good. H1 dot heading. It's gonna be create account. Yep, and subheading. So for subheading, we're gonna give a paragraph with class subheading. It's gonna have this thing. I'll copy that and paste it over here. Yep. and we'll have this another container having this input fields. So for that we're gonna create a div with input container, inside which is gonna have these things, and inside it also it is gonna have we're gonna have two things, one label and the input. For that we shall be good with a div dot I don't know, input box, because that makes sense. And let's just say p dot input label. Yeah, that makes sense too. Looking at the prototype, so that's gonna be the label and the input here. Input itself with the title input. Yeah, input should be good. Type is gonna be text and placeholder. Placeholder is gonna be example Sudivasan. So that's the placeholder. So that's there, of course. Yeah, so we'll repeat that again and again. And after that, we have, okay, so first let's repeat this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so we are gonna repeat that 4 times. Here we have 4. Inside paragraph, we're gonna have username, we're gonna have password, email, and phone number. Username, password, email, and phone number. Right. Here we go. That's done for the HTML part, and we need this another container with flex direction row. Yeah, so we'll define the CSS later, but for right now, a flex box with checkbox and acceptance and condition. And I have input of checkbox with class checkbox. Name we don't need for right now. That's needed just for the backend. Uh, Moving ahead, we have, okay, so these are done. Let's build this button. Yep. It's gonna be button with now remember we have created button already with the class small button class name. Here we're gonna use large button class text. So to make consistent class names, let's go. Yep. Everything is done for the HTML part. Now let's go and design and give it a new fresh look. Now I'm really surprised every time I code to see how beautiful CSS can make things with the proper design approach. Yeah, so let's make it out. We'll go to the, okay, so I've saved this HTML file. Everything is done. Now I'll go to get into the CSS part. Now first of all, I'm gonna go with the So how I like to design, and must probably other developers too, is by covering the outer part. We'll go from outer to inner, descending wise. So we have this login container. Login container of width 100%, height 100% too, padding of top. mm, Top will give auto. For horizontal will give one rem. It isn't changed. Let's see what's the issue. Dot login container. Okay, so let's give width and height to the body. Okay. Mm, Vertical width I will give instead of percent, and same for the height, vertical height. Okay, so the topmost part will go with, so we'll go with 3 rem from top and from in the horizontal and vertical direction, because there is some issue with the auto. So, and the other thing we want to do is, first of all, okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to create a flex box of this login container so that we can give some space over here. Or probably let's first design the login button so that we can go like a small button. We have, mm, it's gonna have padding of top, horizontal one rem, uh, background color of, we go and see the background color. Okay, so it's this color, which is slightly darker than the primary color. Okay, and let's remove the border, none, outline none too, and also the color of the text. So the foreground text is gonna be white. Font size probably one rem, or just a little, yeah, 1.5 should be good enough, I guess. Yeah. Font weight of 600, and border radius, let's give it 10 pixel. Now let us just quickly get into the fonts.com, google.com, and then get a new font. Now I will go with B Vietnam Pro font, which is really good. I like it. So yeah, I will select very basic. I will select all of the possibles because there is nothing to lose. Right. I'll copy this and paste it in the header tag of the HTML inside the head tag. So we have imported the font. Now let's see the font name that should be used. I'll copy this and paste it over here so that each and every font in this website is gonna be this what we have selected. Let's uh, minimize it. Okay, so it looks much better with this font. Already I can see it. Now the other thing that we're gonna do is, okay, we have this. If we can make it float to right, I don't know if it is possible or not, but if see, let us see if it goes right. Yeah, it works. And probably I want to change just a little in its padding. Yep. And I'll go with the text. So landing text we have, and inside of it we have heading and subheading. So let's give CSS to heading and subheading. So font size we want 3 rem. I don't know. Let's just see. For now, let's just remove this. We'll tackle with that later on. Uh, let's just give color white for every text for now, and a create account is fine. Now, subheading, subtitles. I don't know what it is. Yes, subheading. I will make it just a little increased in size, font size. Increase its font size just a little so that it is more visible. A little more, I guess. Yes, and I'll go with the input container. Yes, here we are in input container. Margin in top, I'll go with in the vertical direction, I'll go with 3 rem and horizontally 0. Also, and also for this text, we'll go with a landing text it is. So I'm making some space with this login button because we aren't giving any margin individually from this text. So the reason that we put it inside this landing text container is that now we can use the benefit of giving it CSS so that it is used for both of these, because both of these text are inside it. So if we give margin, then uh, both of these are gonna be in the middle, and there is some space on top and bottom of the text. So I'll also give it 3 rem, I guess. Yes, and I think I wanna make it just a little bold. On weight of 600, 500. I don't know if there is any difference. Yes, there is just a subtle. That's good. And now let's just go with this. Input container we have, everything is fine. Let us give it width 100%, height 100%. Now we have this input box. Let me just see what area it covers. Just for now, I'll go with yellow so to see. Okay, it's full. Uh, but this input isn't getting to the very end, so I'll select this input and see if we can give it a weight of 100%. Yes, it works. And padding of 1 rim from top and 2 rim from sidewise. Okay, we want 2 rim from top and 3 rim from, not 3 rim but 2.5 I guess, or 2.2. Little, perhaps 2 will work for both of us. Yeah, 2 will be good. I'll remove this. Input box, so we'll give margin from top 2 rim, no horizontally. Much better now. Now if we go to the to this little text, its input hyphen level. I'll increase its font size just a little. That's way much. That should be good. Font weight of 600. And now if we go to the input, I'll go with the background color of the same as this button. Okay, I will remove the border outline, none, and border radius to 10 pixel or 20 maybe good. No, that's a lot. 14 pixel. I don't know. Let me just see with the prototype. It's a bit curved. So probably 1 rim should be good. So for those of you guys who don't know, one rem equals 16 pixel. So that's the convenient way of use it. Now I want the color of this input to be white. And what is used for. Okay, so let me just see what how we select this placeholder color so that we can give it white. Okay, so I have to select this class and give it the property. Okay, so colon placeholder, and the color is gonna be, so I'll go over here in the prototype and select the color, and I'll give it over here. Okay, here we are, and we want font size to be the same of it. Font size much better. I also want to make it uh, give it some weight, make it bold, and just this will be good, and some space in between this username and input. And for that, margin top. Now for this problem, what we can do is uh, either we can give margin top of this input, or we can give margin bottom of this label. So I'm giving margin top. We can do whatever we want, what's convenient for us. The margin top probably one ring. Let's see. Yeah, that's good. And I would like this to be less in vertical height. So I will get into the input and padding to be 1.5 rem to rem. Yeah, much better. If we look at the prototype, we have this thing. Uh, okay, so the text are a little smaller compared to our prototype. So yeah, let's make it smaller. Font size of input should be good with 1.3 rem, 1.4. Yeah, this should be good enough. It doesn't have to be perfectly with the prototype, but somehow similar. Yes. Now let us go and first of all, let's change the placeholder value. For password, we are gonna go with asterisk. For email, my email, and for phone number, some, I'll just pick whatever it was. Yes, much better now because it looks more professional with the different placeholders than before. And if we go to the okay, so probably what we want is now let's do for the checkbox. So yeah, it takes time, guys. Don't just panic with any other bugs and things like that that comes before you. So for the checkbox, I'm gonna go with the checkbox container and make it display text and text detection row, which is by default, but I just explicitly set it over here. And if we see the thing, okay, so I haven't given the uh, text of accept terms and condition. So let's just quickly give it. If we see the input level, okay, so I'm gonna get with the same input level, not here. Okay, so for this checkbox, what you're gonna do is uh, I've set the class to box just so that any other developer don't get confused. Uh, so I will get into the CSS box and I'll give it width of I don't know, let's say 4 rem, height 4 rem. Let me just check if height. Okay, so it matters. If I uncomment this and comment the width, so we need to set both. Uh, with the 3 rem, that's huge. So we'll go with 2 rem. Yeah, 2 rem shall be fine. And we'll select this same color as the not this one, sorry, but this one, the shaded darker one, darker version of the primary color. We'll select this one to give the background color of the checkbox, or maybe color it is. Uh, Perhaps we can leave it like this for now. We'll remove the border and we'll give. I will give margin right 1 RAM maybe. Yeah, that should be fine. And finally, for the button, it's large button. So I'll select the class. I'll give it something like the width will be 100% of course. Height will be the same as that of input. Similar. 4.5 RAM, 5 RAM, 4.8 RAM. That's good. And if I go to the input, the padding or rather border radius is 1 rem, so I'll go with the same border radius so to make it consistent. Okay, and I'll remove the outline to none, border to none. Perhaps there is no outline. I'll set the background color to be white and the foreground color inside it will be the primary color. Font size should be good with mm, 1.4 rem. Font weight of 700 and some margin. Now if we go into this container, which is or rather I'll just put the margin top from the bottom of the button. Margin top to 2 rem or something like that. Just a little, so to create free space for it. So if I want to put this at the right, what I will do is, so because we have this container, I will first of all I will make this button go to the right with float right. It's gonna make it go to the right. But here we have this issue of text. Uh, but we want this text to be in straight line. So what we can do is have some space in between it so that it won't get space to get here. For that, I will increase the top nav, height of top nav to probably 3 rem. That's good. And yeah, so additionally, I've changed this to 100% so that it has less space. So yeah, this is how we do it, guys. With the right design approach and good skill in HTML and CSS, this is how we get. Yeah, have a great day.